Hey, what's going on, guys? Josh from Trail Build here with
Zach from Trail Build.
and we have just watched the launch of the brand new 2021 Ford Bronco, and we're going to give you guys some of our feedback, some of the things that we thought about it. So make sure and stick around, smash that subscribe button so that way you guys can hold on to the ride with us. So starting right off the bat, you know, we have heard all of these rumors about what it's going to look like. We've seen these leaked pictures. We weren't sure if that's what the rendition was going to be, and then all of a sudden they revealed it, and bam, it's what we thought it was going to be.
Yeah, Ford has been teasing this. Their marketing team is just amazing. Experts at what they do. They've been teasing us for months and months with their little Instagram feed.
The YouTube video on Friday.
For days, they've been just...
And I think Zach's been watching it all weekend.
I'm a big video guy, obviously. I edit all the videos and stuff like that, but they just were pulling me right along, dragging me through the mud. I've been waiting days and days. I've been watching every single Instagram post, just trying to get more news and stuff on this. And thankfully, today is the day where we've seen the final product. Hopefully, they don't make any really huge changes before they release this. But
yeah, because it's really not going to be available to the public until mid-21. It's not going to hit the road until mid-21.
Yeah, they said in their videos they kind of estimated finished production in mid-2021. I think the sports are coming out end of this year, but the two-door and the four-door mid-2021.
So it should be what we saw in the video.
Yeah,
hopefully.
Yeah, I'm assuming all of these photos we see on their website and in the video are going to be 90% to the finished product. They might be a few little tweaks in production, but I'm assuming this is going to be what they're going to look like.
Yeah, and on first glance, my first impression was, dang, like they nailed it.
Yep. At the end of every video, they say you need a Bronco, and I need a Bronco.
Well, they got the convertible. They brought back the convertible. Obviously, a competition with Jeep. I was trying to think of other SUVs or those sort of type vehicles that you can take the top off, take the doors off.
Yeah.
And besides Jeeps and now the new Broncos, I can't really think of any.
Yeah, I think.
Except for the older models, obviously.
Yeah, I think other than like old school models, as far as the newer ones go, I think this is obviously direct competition with the Jeep Wranglers. And obviously with their sport model, it's kind of geared towards more of the, I don't know, I want to say like the weekend warrior that kind of just likes to go out and, their big thing was like mountain biking and rock climbing and stuff like that. It's kind of like weekend activities and stuff like that, where the two and the four-door I think were just direct shots at the Wrangler. I mean, there hasn't been anyone in forever that's been doing this.
And of course, Jeep was firing back. Jeep was firing back with some of their commercials that they launched with the the 6.4 liter 392 Hemi. And that they were scaring the horses on this one little infomercial.
Yeah, so if you guys didn't see on Jeep's Instagram this morning, or I should say yesterday morning, the time you guys are watching this video, Jeep announced their newest model of the Wrangler that's going to be coming out. I don't know if it's going to be late this year, if it's going to be in 2020, but kind of taking shots at the Ford marketing team and kind of firing back on all their stuff.
Which rightfully so, right?
Yeah, I mean they got to say something.
They got to say something. And Jeep did have their vehicles out long before even the Ford Broncos came out. So, it's going to be some friendly competition there. We're definitely looking forward to it. But there was a few things that really stood out that I really liked what Ford did with their Bronco. They have the locking axles, both front and rear, on their. Well, what would you call it? The non-sport edition? Or
I don't know if that's four-door? I don't know what they're going to be specifically calling it. If it's just going to be called if this is the
like
Bronco
the off-road version. Or?
Yeah, because I know
we're on their website. They have a whole bunch of different names here.
Yeah.
With the non-sports, from the Bronco Base to a Big Bend to a Black Diamond to an Outer Banks, a Badlands, a Wild Track, and a First Edition.
At $60,000.
Right.
That's a lot of money.
But I like the locking differentials. They did a really cool thing with a hydraulically assisted sway bar where it can disconnect under load. So if you're bound up in the rocks, and you can hit that button and disconnect your sway bars to get that traction back. Let that tire drop and hit the ground so you can get that traction. They have available rock sliders.
And I think back to the electronic, in real time disconnect while you're under pressure and under load. I think that's crazy. You guys see, we'll show the clip right now where the Bronco is up and then you can just see it disconnect and kind of come back down to get all four tires back on the ground.
Just by hitting a switch.
That's crazy. And then as soon as you get off that pressure or back to even ground, you can just connect them back again and go on your way.
And with that, it'll have bias braking. So basically, they call it their trail turn assist, where it'll apply the brakes to the one side of the vehicle, depending on which way you're trying to turn, and it'll actually help you pivot on those tight trails to help you get either turned around or out of the rocks in those precarious situations.
Yeah, and I'm sure, obviously, Ford has probably been at this for a long time with their research and development team. I'm sure they've kind of gotten this down to a nice science. I don't expect too many issues. I know it's obviously like the first new generation.
But they've had the Ford Raptor around
That's
for
true. I
years,
mean,
and they've
the
kind
team
of
is-
dialed that one in, and
Yeah.
they have that industry experience with the off-road.
Yeah, and I know a lot of stuff that they pulled or that they put into the Broncos kind of been pulled from the new F-150s, things from the Raptor. So, I mean, I don't think a lot of this is new tech to them.
Right.
So I think most of it is kind of just things that they've refined through other vehicles and just kind of threw into a Bronco.
I am a little disappointed that they have the independent front suspension. I know why they did it. You get a little bit better ride at higher speeds. It's more streetable, but being an off-roader, I like solid axles. Like, I'm already thinking, okay, who's going to be the first one to come out with a solid axle conversion for the Ford Bronco? And give it that little extra rigidity, a little durability there. And plus, with the solid axle, you can flex it a little bit better to keep those tires planted on the ground. But I know why they, it's roadability, streetability, comfortability. You don't get so much rocking when you're on the road.
Yep, and I think one reason they might have also kind of gotten away from that is, well, one, you can't copy Jeep, because otherwise everyone's like, all you did is just copy Jeep and did whatever. But also, we see this in the Raptor, and the Raptor's just a beast off-road and flying through little whoops and dips and stuff like that.
They are putting Bilstein shocks in it.
Yep, and they have coilovers and stuff in here too.
Yep.
So I think this thing is going to be
taking some of that technology and putting it in the Bronco from the Raptor. And
it
is pretty cool to see that they did keep the off-roaders in mind.
Yeah, they didn't just go straight, on road all the time, and maybe 10% of the time you go off road. This thing can live off road and every other day or even every day be taken and just abused.
It'll have availability to have an option for 35-inch tires and the capability of beadlock wheels.
Yeah,
17-inch beadlock.
from the factory too.
From the factory. So, I mean, that in itself, nobody else is doing that.
No, So I don't think Jeep doesn't have that offered that I know of.
Right.
At least at the time of us recording this video, they haven't done it.
No, they might have to now.
But yeah, it's kind of, I feel like this is a good thing for both, people interested in the Bronco and also Jeep owners, because it's going to kind of force Jeep to innovate and kind of step up their game, because now they have a direct competition.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I mean, even just like the modular design of being able to put the doors from the Bronco.
Yeah, in the back of the Bronco.
Yeah.
That's insane.
I mean, the other day, Zach's got a Jeep Wrangler, and the other day, we had to take the doors off, do some filming. And, it took us a little bit. There's 2 bolts per hinge, and then we had to, just set them in the grass for now. We couldn't take them with us. So there's some good options. There's some good, good, strong off-roading routes with the Bronco. I think I give them a lot of credit because, they kept that roots involved in the new Bronco, and it didn't make it like a new Chevy Blazer is, where
where it just kind of
crossover.
It came out of left field and it was like, where did they pull this design from?
Right.
At least the Ford did a great job with pulling inspiration, obviously, from the old style Bronco, but then obviously mixing in, a little bit of flavors from, you can kind of see design inspiration from the Raptor, and they pulled a lot of stuff from the new F-150s with the interior, but
like their 360 camera.
Yeah, the features they have packed inside of this thing are crazy. From
12-inch monitor. 12-inch monitor for the, I think you got to get one of the higher up, because there's a 10-inch, there's a 12-inch.
Yep.
So you probably have to get, one of the higher models to get that.
Yeah, I think base for the most part is like that 8 and 10, and I'm sure the higher models, once you start getting into that $40,000 price range, you get the 10-inch screen. But
and guys, what's really cool, I thought this is awesome, is you can download maps right onto that screen, so you know where you're going or where you're gonna go, and you don't have to worry about messing with your phone or a GPS unit that might be on the Fritz. I mean, you can download your maps right on that screen and then go to the trails that you're intending to go to and have it all right on that screen. So you don't need an extra iPad or monitor just for your mapping system. It's all built in.
But yeah, as far as pricing goes, let's touch on this a little bit. Base starting at $28,500 for the base Bronco, the 4-door. The 2-door is pretty comparable in that price range too. Then there's, what do we have? 2, 4, 6, 7 different models. In the 7th coming in at $60,000, which is,
I mean, that's a
crazy.
Gladiator.
Yeah,
right? That's a Gladiator Rubicon.
Yeah, and that's your
Recon
first edition. There's only going to be, I think, I read there's 3,500 of these available. So I'm assuming once those are gone, they're gone, and that's kind of why they're at that higher price point. I don't know if those are going to be available sooner than the rest of them. I think that'd be kind of cool because you're paying kind of like a
sell out your first
very
edition
luxury
first.
price. Yeah.
Right, exactly. And then you have an exclusive like first edition.
Yeah, and like nobody's gonna have a 2-door, 4-door Bronco for 6 months or so, or even a year. I don't know.
Right.
But and
we tried buying one already, but
yeah, their website is very slow right now.
apparently everybody's trying to do the same thing because you could put $100 down, and I called it a Benjo, and Zach was like, a what?
Yeah, I kind of flew over my head.
Benjo.
But yeah, if you want one, you can go to Ford's website. I don't know, right now it might still be a little bit slow, but you can put $100 down. That gets
Reserve your spot.
Reserves your spot for 2021. So I'm definitely gonna try it tonight. So
yeah,
me too. As soon as the video went live, I started smashing the reserve button, and the website like froze 10 times. So I'm gonna keep trying throughout the night and see if I can get my spot held for me. But,
yeah, might as well.
Yep.
Because I think it's pretty cool. So being off-road guys, we love seeing this kind of stuff, so we wanted to share that with you. Don't forget to let us know what you guys think. Also, guys, if you need a set of wheels and tires or suspension or accessories for your Jeep or off-road rig, or I can't say soon to be Bronco because I don't think we have enough specs on it.
I don't know.
But
that probably won't be a year out. It'll probably be a year out. Yeah.
Make sure and check us out. It's trailbuiltoffroad.com. Other than that, don't forget, right now we have our Icon Vehicle Suspension giveaway going on as well. We do have a limited number of t-shirts, which they are selling out relatively quick, but the best way to get entered is by heading over to our website, trailbuiltoffroad.com/giveaway, or we'll also have a link posted in the description below. And the best way to enter is by picking yourselves up one of these awesome Trail Built Icon giveaway t-shirts. So make sure and check it out. Head on over there today. Other than that, I think that's all we got.
That's all I got.
So, all right. Well, as always, guys, we appreciate all of you for watching. I'm Josh from Trail Built. This is
Zach from Trail Built.
And we'll see you guys out in the trails.